Good morning, everybody. It's exciting to get into Blender today. So we're going to mess around with some of the very early ideas and some of the early projects to get us started with Blender and doing 3D. Oh man, this is exciting. Okay, so when you first pull up Blender, when you turn it on, this is the first thing you're going to see. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and click. And oh man, this is exciting. Whew, that is a lot of buttons. My goodness. But we have a cube, we have a little light, and we have a camera. Now, when we're getting started, we don't really need all of this. So let's just go on ahead and delete everything. So I'm going to go up to Select, All. One more time. Select, All. And I'm just going to hit Delete. Yay! All done. Now, some things that you will notice. Here we go. We have a red line, and we have a green line. Green, yellow, yellowy green. The line that you do not see is the blue line. Now, if you look way up here, we have this fancy dancy gizmo over here. And this shows us kind of where we are looking. So you see the green, you see the red, and the blue you don't see. You don't see it yet. Now, you also get to see this little cursor here. Yeah, that's kind of important. We'll get to that. There are a lot of fun things you can do with this cursor, but not right now. Alright, just to get started, let's play around and let's add in a box. Let's add in our cube. So all of the objects that we add in will be added at this cursor here, 3D cursor. So I'm going to go up to Add, Mesh, Cube. Woohoo! Yay, we have a cube. Congratulations. All done. No, I'm kidding. Okay, this is when the fun actually begins. Now, we need to work on navigating around our 3D space. Whew. So, it's nice looking at a cube like this, but what if I want to look at it underneath? Whew. Or if I want to get to the back of the cube. So what I am doing is I am holding my middle mouse button, and I'm clicking my middle mouse button and dragging. Look at that. Click and drag, click and drag. Alright, and you will get used to it. It takes a bit of getting used to. You gotta practice. You gotta practice all day, every day. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, now let's zoom in, because sometimes we want to get a little closer like that. Or sometimes we want to get farther away like this. Like that, like that. Whew. Okay, so what I am doing is I am scrolling up and down on my mouse, on my middle mouse wheel. / button wheel. My wheelie button. Yes, it is a wheel that is also a button. Okay, so now we have rotate, that we can rotate around our viewport. Oh, we can scroll. And the last one we got to do is I'm going to hold Shift, and then I'm going to click and drag on my middle mouse button, the wheel, scrolly wheel thing. So hold Shift, and then click and drag that middle mouse button, and this allows us to pan. Yes, we are panning. This is panning. Okay, rotate, zoom, and pan. Okay, now let's get in And let's make this box into something. Let's do something fun with a box. Okay, first thing we need to know is we are in object mode. If you look up here in the upper left hand corner, object mode, and we have lots of other modes, and we will get to them. But first, let's play around with edit mode. Okay, so now this is what I like to say. We are inside our box object. We are inside it. Okay. Now look at this. Something weird has happened. We now see black dots, and we now see lines between the black dots. Okay, so how 3D works. This is how 3D works. These are vertices. And so between two vertices is a line, and a flat face that is made up of these lines is called a polygon. Okay, so you can click on these vertices, and we can then also move to edge mode. So then I come up here to the upper left, click edge, and then I can also do polygons. Polygons. Woohoo! Now, we are going to be using keyboard shortcuts. This is just going to make things a little faster. Instead of going up and clicking on these buttons every single time, we're going to go faster by using our keys on our keyboard. Okay, so I'm going to teach you some keyboard shortcuts real quick. So, vertices. To go to vert mode is number 1. Doop. To go to edge mode is number 2. Doop. Now I can click on these. And then to go to polygon mode is number 3. Boop. There we go. Now we can select multiple sub-objects. We can click on multiple vertices. So let's go to number 1. And I can click, and I will hold down Shift and click, and click, and click. Ta-da! Now notice I clicked all the vertices on that face, on that polygon. And so now the polygon itself is selected. Okay, so we still have a fancy-dancy little box right here. Oh, it is so exciting. I do like boxes. Boxes are pretty awesome. Okay, let's see, what's next? What's next? Ooh, right, moving stuff around. Oh my goodness, this is the whole reason we have 3D. It's to move things around. Watch this. Okay, man, I'm getting excited. Number 3, go to the polygon. Click that. Now, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to go over here to the left. Now, this is my toolbar. Okay, and right now I am in select box mode, because if I click and drag, if I left click and drag, I select everything. Notice I only select things that I saw. So I just saw those 3 faces. So the other 3 faces don't get selected. But you can click and drag. What I want to do is I want to move. So I'm going to come over here to move. Now, notice if you hover over your button, your box button, then it comes up with a little tool tip. It says move. It says move selected items. Shortcut is spacebar G. Okay, so if we're going to do move, I can click move, and then I can come in here, and look at that. I get a little gizmo. I love gizmos. So now I can move in the X, Y, or Z direction. Look at that. I am clicking and dragging, and I am changing the shape of my box. Okay. Click and drag, click and drag. And I am undoing my movements by just going Control Z. It's all you gotta do. If you make a little mess up, then Control Z your way back to a place that you like. Okay, now let's get in and do some fun things. Okay, so I think I want to make a house. Oh boy, gotta make a house. Okay, well, inside of the house, obviously. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna go in the house. I'm going to click delete. Now it gives me the option to delete the vertices. Oh my goodness, what happened? The reason that happened is I deleted, even though I was in polygon mode, I deleted the 4 vertices. Goodness me. That's silly. Delete, and there they go. Well, let's delete the edges then. Edge. Well, now that's silly. I just deleted the 4 edges. Okay, now, let's see here. Let's try again. Let's delete faces. Ah, that's what we want. That's it. That's the good stuff right there. Okay. Now, let me think. We want a door. Okay, so we're going to put a door right here. Right in this polygon here. So in order to do that, we need more vertices, more 3D information. So here's where we add some 3D information. This is going to be fun. Watch, watch, watch. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go mesh. Where is it? Come on. Transform. Nope. Oh, no, hold on. Insert edge loops. Come on. Add edge loops. Edge loops. Come on. Okay, Control R, Control R. Well, you know what? You know what? Oh goodness. Okay. We're gonna skip that. Okay. So to add an edge loop or a ring, we're going to do Control R. And you should see a line being added. Okay, there's another way to do it. And here's a way to do it. Yeah. Okay, well, let's add it here. And we're going to slide it up. Okay, maybe too far. Let's bring it down a little bit. Okay, next up, door. Control R, give us some more information. Now, before I click and confirm this is what I want to do, I want to give it a little bit of, I want to change it, the parameters. I just want to change the information. Scroll up one time, and look at that. That one line becomes 2. Okay, click and confirm. Okay, let's do that over here too. Okay, and I think I want some windows. That'll be fun. Okay, so for the door, let's go ahead and, you know what? I'm going to separate it. I'm going to separate. So let's see here. Mesh. There we go. Separate. P. Selection. Awesome. So now, remember, we have object mode and we have object mode and we have edit mode. Well, we're back in object mode. I hit tab to go into object mode. So, going to select my house. I'm going to hit tab to get into edit mode, and we're back here with all these nice vertices. I'm going to hit number 3 to give me my polygon tool, and I'm going to select my windows, and I'm going to delete them, and just the faces. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Okay, then let me see. What do we need to do? What do we need to do? You know what? That's pretty good. Let's undo that. I'm gonna make the windows a separate object. So I'm gonna hit P, and that means separate. And then I'm gonna select my selection. Ta-da! Okay, so now it is a different object, and I'm still here playing with my my house. Okay, let's give the house a little bit of 3D, a little bit of depth. So let's select all. I'm going to hit A to select all, and then I'm going to hit E for extrude. You could go over here and go face, extrude faces, and I would like to extrude faces along their normals. Oh boy, let's do this real quick, and then I'll explain normals. Yeah. Alright, ta-da! Okay, let's see here. Is everything doing what it's supposed to do? That's close enough. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, awesome. Okay, let me tell you about normals. Normals. Okay, I'm going to back out of here. I'm going to hit Tab to get into object mode. Normals are very important in 3D because normals tell you which way a polygon is facing. Okay, so we're going to have to deal with this now. Let me see. Here's my 3D cursor. I'm going to add in a plane. So Shift A, Mesh, Plane. Awesome. Okay, let me see here. Oh, I'm back in selection mode. So let's do not Shift, Spacebar G. And that gives me Move Tool. Now, sometimes your Move Tool will have a different key combination. You just gotta hover over it to find out what it is. I've seen some tools that are really weird. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So the normal is which way the face is facing. Ha, silly. All right. I'm going to isolate this selection, so I'm going to hide everything else by going Shift H. It's a fancy little trick I learned a while ago. Shift H hides everything. You can see up here in the upper right, here's my little scene collection. Here's my little collection. Look at that. Cube 1, its eye is off. It's sleeping. You can't see it. Now if I do Alt H, it brings everything back. I unhid everything, but I'm going to hide it back again. So I can either click my my plane and do Shift H, or I can select everything except the plane and just hit H. Anyway, okay, here. So here is our polygon. This is an object. We go into edit mode by hitting Tab, and now we are in with the polygon. Now, I'm going to make a roof out of this. So I'm going to click Control R. Ta-da! Okay, now I'm going to. Now, right now, this polygon, which direction is it facing? That is what we need to know many times. Which direction is it facing? And what we say is whichever direction is pointed directly away from the polygon. What is directly straight out of the polygon? So right now that blue Z-axis on the gizmo is showing us which way it's facing. But that's just silly because right now the polygon is flat in the world. It's flat, so it's not going to change. But here's what we're going to do. Let me see here. Let me see here. I'm going to transform orientation local. Okay. Now Let's raise the roof. Haha. That might be a little bit before your time. Alright, global orientation. Let's see here. Local. Nope. Local is a fancy way of saying. Local is a fancy way of saying just localized orientation. And I am trying to view object types. I'm trying to show you how to know which way it's facing. Yeah. That's what I wanted. Oh my goodness. Now, where was it? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I am being silly. Okay. Normal. Remember we were talking about normals. Well, it helps to actually do normals. So notice the polygon is now facing out that way. Okay? It's important to know the normal of a polygon. Ta-da! Many times I will turn on so that I can see. Let's see. Display. Nope. Where's the display? Object properties. Visibility. Show. Okay. Oh, come on. Render properties. World properties. All the properties. I promise I do know what I'm doing sometimes. Come on. There. Is this it? Ah, yes. Okay. Scene. Metadata. Nope. That ain't it. Come on. Key settings, units. Viewport display. Custom properties. It's in here somewhere. Click, click, click. Okay. Oh well, we'll edit that out. Anyway, normals are very important. Let's turn this back to global, and that means the whole world. What's going on with the whole world? Let's go on ahead and we're going to extrude this again along its normal so that both of these faces will pop out the direction that they're facing. Haha. I like joking. So I'm going to hit E, and now notice it goes straight up. We could do that, or we could do it along. We could change some of the settings of what we just did. So down here in the lower left is a little button, and this is the last action that you did. So let's say here's the orientation, and we can change it to not normal, local. Oh, I see. To the view, that's fun. Let's do gimbal. We're just playing around right now. Normal, local, global. Yeah, we're just having some fun. Okay. Now, that didn't work as well as I had hoped. I'm going to unhide everything. Alright. Ooh. Let's make this a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go into edit mode, select all, and I'm going to scale. So hit S for scale. Let's make that roof a little bit bigger. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's bring it down. Yeah. And let's bring these walls up. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's select these here. And we're going to bring those all the way up. Whoop. Yeah, awesome. And then we're going to select these edges. And bring these all the way up. Haha. Now, we have some issues here. We do. It couldn't be simple, could it? It could not be simple. Oh. It's alright. It's okay. Here we go. Here's what we're going to do. So, the problem is the door is not quite lining up the way it should. It's rather upsetting. Well, let's fix it. There's lots of stuff to fix. Okay. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. Let's just, for giggles, I'm going to hit Control R to give me an edge loop. I'm going to click to confirm, and then I'm going to slide it all the way up and then click to confirm again. And then I know that that is flat all the way across. It's still selected, so I'm going to slide it down there. Come on. Yeah. That's exciting. Keep sliding. And then a little bit further wouldn't hurt. So I'm in here, my gizmo is not, I can't really easily get to my gizmo, so I'm going to hit G for grab, and I'm going to constrain it to the Z axis by hitting Z. Now you can't see anything, but this is what's going on. And I'm going to move it in the Z axis. Now I can slow that down by holding Shift. Awesome. Okay. Alright, that worked. That did good. Let's see what else is going on. Let's select all. V, Control V for vertices. And merge vertices by distance. And let's crank up the vertices. Yeah, there we go. Cool. I'm going to delete these. Okay. Whew. I am so used to Blender. I know all the ins and outs of Blender. It's so much fun. I'm still learning, but I have already learned a lot. And so sometimes I get a little too excited and I go and do things before I tell you what I'm doing. I am so sorry. Now, here we are. I want to select this this face loop. So I'm going to hold Alt and I'm going to click on one of the edges in between, and that will select the loop. And then I'm going to hold Shift and continue to select polygons, and I want to delete those polygons. Faces. Now, here's another fun thing. I want to delete this bottom here. So I'm going to, you know what, I don't want to delete that bottom. You know what, I like this bottom. We just need to fix it a little bit. So I'm going to select all of the linking polygons. Now, one thing you could do is you could come over to your number pad if you have it and hit the Control plus. That'll do it, and that'll select everything. You could do the L key, and that selects all the linked vertices, all the linked everything. Anything that's touching it will be linked. Notice it's not connected. Let's see, what else could you do? You could go up to select linked Yeah. Okay, so lots of fun things here. And I want to scale it to be flat. So I did this earlier and I didn't tell you what I was doing because I was just so excited. But I'm going to hit S. Now if you just hit S, you know what? If you just hit S, it's just going to scale the whole thing. But I want to scale it in the Z axis, that blue axis, so that it is flat up and down. So I could do scale in the X, and that'll scale it like that. Or I could scale in the Y, or I could scale in the Z. Now, see there? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit S for scale. Then I'm going to hit Z, and then I'm going to hit 0. You're going to scale it to 0%, which makes it completely flat. Okay. And then let's unhide everything. Yep. Face. Okay. And then let's do. I'm sorry, got excited again. So excited. Select these to fix the doorway a little bit. Select those two edges, and between them you can hit F to face between them. So I'm going to click two edges, and I'm going to hit face to face them. Now I want to just keep going around doing face. Now there's a faster way to do it, of course, because there's always a faster way to do it. Hold Alt and click on one edge, and then holding Alt and Shift, click on, just keep going. Yep. And so what we did is we selected the whole edge loop, the whole thing. So what I want to do is I want to tell Blender these are two separate loops, and I want to connect them. So let's go into our edge tool menu, so Control E, and then we're going to do bridge edge loops. And let's see, did it work? It worked! That's exciting. Okay. Let's get out of there, unhide, and there is our house. Whew, boy, we learned a lot today. We learned so much, and we really could take this a little bit further, but I think you can play around with this. Let's play around with what we've learned today. Okay, have fun with it. You know, make a wonky house. Make a house that is silly. Let's move some things. You know, let's move. Let's roll. And then let's do an edge loop here. Oh. And we can do move things out like that. Why not? We can do all sorts of weird, crazy things. And then, you know, maybe we need a shelf right there. Who knows? You might need a shelf. Shelves are fun. Just extrude that out. Oh. So I'm extruding and it's doing something weird. I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit E, and I'm going to just hit Enter, and then I will just grab it and go out like that. There we go. Now it works. All right, well, let's do that again. You know, that was fun. Oh, I completely forgot to tell you about that. You can, the viewport, you can switch and move to different viewports. So by hitting the numbers on your number pad. So if you do 5, that turns it to orthographic. So there's no longer any perspective. I'll show you that. I'll explain that a little bit more later. But 1 is the front. 2 moves it down, so let's go back there. 1. 3 is the side. 7 is the top. And 9 is the bottom. I think What? I don't know. Okay. That is about it. I had a lot of fun. You guys can play around with it and do whatever you like. Make a wonky house. Feel free to show me what you can do. Send me some pictures of what you got. Alright guys, until next time, have fun with Blender.